Steam locomotives remain in most people's minds as the symbol of railroads, although most trains today are either diesel or electric. When the first steam locomotive pulled into the Oyster Bay train station on June 24, 1889, it was met by an enthusiastic crowd of over 1,000 people, excitedly welcoming in a new era of transportation, linking Oyster Bay to the nexus of the Long Island Railroad and beyond. Originally, 31 G5 steam locomotives were built for the Long Island Railroad in Pennsylvania, but after those were retired in 1955, most of them were scrapped. Today, only 2 remain, and one of those, Locomotive 35, is the engine you see before you. A nonprofit organization called the Friends of Locomotive 35 has brought this massive engine here, where she will be restored and showcased as the centerpiece of the Oyster Bay Railroad Museum. From 1928 to 1955, Locomotive 35 pulled commuter trains on the main line, the Port Jefferson branch, and the Oyster Bay branch, and traveled over 925,000 miles. A 10-wheel 460 vehicle with relatively small driving wheels and 205 pounds of boiler pressure, Locomotive 35 was designed for the fast starts and stops needed for high-speed commuting on branches with stations spaced closely together. Oyster Bay is also one of the few remaining stations with an original turntable, the Lazy Susan-like device used to turn steam locomotives around at the end of the line. Our turntable was built in 1902 to replace a smaller one that had been relocated here from the Locust Valley station. Also on display is Caboose number 12, which was commonly referred to as a hack, built in February 1927 for the Long Island Railroad and retired in the 1960s. The Friends of Locomotive 35 have also acquired 2 displays from the 1964 World's Fair, part of a Streamline-era locomotive from the late 1940s and the roof section of an observation car. The Oyster Bay Railroad Museum will also feature Caboose number 50, a crossing shanty from the days of manned railroad crossings, and 2 coaches from the 2900 series. These coaches were built by Pullman Standard in 1955 and 56 and share a special link with Locomotive 35. In a ceremony held on October 8, 1955, 2 steam locomotives, our own 35 and number 39, each pulled a single 2900 series coach to Hicksville, where a new diesel locomotive took over for the return trip, officially marking the end of the great age of steam.